Hey guys, today my lawn looks the worst it has all year, and it's pretty much all my fault. I just got back from a vacation on the last video and I decided to cut the grass down to 1.5 inches from about 2.5 to 3.5 inches. It was way overgrown. And then a few days later, I decided to go back down to 3/4 inch where I usually keep it, and the grass is not too happy with me. Take a look. I lost a lot of color. And this is the worst it's looked all year. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but the color is just completely gone. So today we're gonna give it a shot of nitrogen. We're gonna give it some iron for the first time this year, and we're gonna get a mow in as well. I'm also going to play with the rotary scissors. I just got that last week, and I'm gonna show you what that bottom slider is since I didn't get a chance to show you in the last video. So there's plenty of stuff to do today. I'm gonna bring you along with me. Let's get into it. I don't want the lighting to change. These lasers look fake almost. Oh my. I'm telling you, this is the perfect time of day. Shh. So much for being light. Man, when you put those stripes in those things, that thing got dark. Man. I went from saying this is the worst my lawn has looked all year to maybe the best cut because of this lighting. Holy crap. I'm stunned right now. Kind of looked like ass before this. Wow. Yeah, I'm telling you, this time of day, you cannot go wrong. When the sun's out, after a fresh mow, my goodness. You know, what's crazy is people walk on the street at this time. They don't even get to enjoy it like that. This is what they see. This is what they see. The angle of the lighting makes all the difference. Kind of warm. It's like 75 degrees, but mowing with a hoodie on probably was a mistake. All right, I don't even want to do the other side. My lawn's too big. I wish I just had this side to take care of. All right, we'll get over there and do it. So if you look over here, you can tell the color is just not what it was. And that's what happens when you scalp your grass. It just kind of shocks it. I mean, obviously, if you look down here, it looks pretty dark. It's just, I don't know. I can tell personally up close, just because I know my grass, that it needs some nitrogen. I mean, other people would probably look at this and be like, this is just fine, but I can just tell. Needs a little bit. So we're not gonna mix that concoction of the fertilizer and iron till probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. I don't like doing it midday. For one, I don't like spraying when people are out walking their dogs and stuff like that. And number two, it's better for you to put on foliar applications like right on the leaf blade in the morning or at night, because the stomata of the leaf blade is open, which means it's like the mouth of the plant. It's gonna suck it in easier compared to midday when the stomata is closed. So that's another reason why I like doing it at night or in the morning. Also, it's usually not as windy. Right now it's a calm day, but it gets a lot calmer at night or in the morning. So next we're gonna move on to these rotary scissors. I've already cut a lot of stuff off camera the last few days, but I did leave the edge in front of the main part of the lawn, just so we can see how it works on that main edge. I have an Eagle blower coming tomorrow, so I'm gonna whip out the old corded blower to blow everything off. It's gonna be so nice having wireless everything. I cannot wait. So we will use the rotary scissors next. Well, I screwed that up. I cut way into the lawn. Damn it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Guys, I think I overreacted a little bit. It's way better than I thought. Look how sharp that is. There's that one spot though down there that I did. I knew as soon as I did it, I went in the lawn. Look at that. And it's not that bad. Took a little chunk out of the top. But otherwise, this thing is pretty straight. And it's crispy. Definitely crispier than the Black & Decker. So I'm hoping, just like the Black & Decker, the first time was a pain in the ass to do. I'm hoping this is a one-time deal where it just needs to make its own pattern. Then after that, it should be pretty easy every single time. So I think one thing I realized with that rotary scissors when you're doing the edge is you probably want to move a little faster. When I just started moving faster, it was easier to do. And as long as I was just felt the concrete on there, you should be able to stay on the edge a lot easier than moving slow and making sure you're butted right up. Just move a little faster, I think. So I do have some good news for the channel. I ended up talking to my full-time job, and starting next year for sure, I'm gonna be taking summers off of that job and focusing 100% on YouTube. So you guys should be getting a lot more content from me, especially on this channel. And then on the main, I don't know, we'll see what happens with that. I haven't posted on there in a month. I think I'm gonna do the overseed main video on that, and then I'll show you the behind the scenes on this channel. But I still need to talk to them about the rest of this year. I may take it off. I may work part-time there just so I can do some more content. And I wanna do some overseeding projects for people around the area for free. I wanna hook them up with some free Blackout overseeds, and I wanna show you guys all that on this channel. On that note, I do wanna warn you guys though that I do have a 9 or 10 day trip coming up here for a vacation in the middle of August, which is not the ideal time, but we gotta do it. There's no getting out of that. So I'm gonna do a couple overseeds before I leave next week. I leave next Wednesday. I'm gonna do a couple overseeds, hopefully, and get a video out to you guys before I leave. Man, that's gonna be cutting it close. I know I'm gonna do the overseeds before then. I don't know if I'll have the edit done. And then once I get back, I'm just gonna pound these overseeds. I wanna do at least 1 a day, maybe 2 a day, and hopefully help out some people. Like, there's some rough lawns out here, not in my neighborhood, but around the area. And I just wanna give back a little bit and help some people out. So that's the plan for the rest of this year, is my overseed a bunch of other ones, and then, then we'll be winding down.
I don't know if I'm okay. I don't see the light of day. Looking up to higher ground, thinking that'll be your sweet escape. These days gotta schedule the romance. They say that love is a slow dance. A short bike ride to the crib, using no hands, so did it feel like I'm floating. But I'm falling with both eyes closed when I let the world spin. Testing the water, she got my nerves tense. Back when I ain't even have a purpose, I was so eager to learn some things. Anxiety bring out the worst in me. Society paint me as enemy. My making it by that remedy. I'm more occasional, don't do it regularly. Backs under my eyes, weighing down heavily. Mama been worried, the devil allegedly deep in the plan. Subconsciously wanted it since I was 10. I thought I was sharp on my scroll and my pen think it did.
So I told you guys I would tell you about the slider. I was going to talk about it in the last video and then I ran out of daylight. So on the bottom of the rotary scissors, you can see this plate right here. It's actually called a slider. And this one looks like it's only like sticks out about 1/4 inch. This bottom slider here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but it's a lot thicker on the bottom. Supposedly, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. So what you would do is you'd put this on here, see how much fatter that is? What you can do is you can set it on the ground at 3/4 of an inch and then cut without lifting it up and kind of hovering. You can just set it on the ground and just wipe it across the ground and it'll cut 3/4 of an inch perfectly. So eventually I'm gonna put this thing on. I just really haven't had the time or really wanted to right now. I just was kind of trying to get used to this as it is. But eventually I'm gonna throw this plate on here so I can just put it on the ground and cut at my 3/4 of an inch everywhere so everything's completely smooth. You just put it on the ground and you're good to go. So that's what this bottom slider is. Not many people on YouTube have talked about this. So the lawn is filled in pretty nice back here, just off that one fertilizer application. We just put down 3/4 of a pound of nitrogen with urea back here, and look how much greener it is compared to the past videos. I mean, it's like night and day difference. So I was gonna put down another app of urea back here and really green it up, really thicken it up, make it look good, but then I realized I'm gonna be overseeding in 3 days. That's the last thing I'm gonna wanna do, is thicken up the grass when I'm trying to put seed down, because I don't want it overtaking or overpowering our little baby seedlings. So I'm gonna skip the fertilizer app and I'm just gonna keep it as is, and we're gonna overseed with what we have going on here. I also was gonna put down another herbicide app back here, but I decided not to. We're seeding in 3 days. I'll just take care of the weeds next spring or later this fall once our overseed matures and we can actually put down weed killer on it. So that's the reason I'm not gonna kill any more weeds right now. Like 90% of them are gone anyway. I mean, there's a little bit of crabgrass left that's gonna end up dying by itself, but everything else is almost gone. So I'm really happy with just how that turned out, with one fertilizer app and one application of that Speed Zone and Quinclorac. I mean, it looks 10 times better already. Now, usually I have my robot mower mowing back here every day, but it's been raining so much and I think the blades are dull, so I'm gonna switch the blades on the robot mower. Man, I can't even see the screen on my camera because it's so bright out here, but these blades are dull. Holy cow. I haven't changed them yet. It's been about a month. So I definitely need to change these blades. So I don't know how many of you knew that I actually had a robot mower back here, because I only showed it in one video and it was for a sponsored ad. I honestly did not even want to do the ad because I've had so much bad luck with robot mowers. I was totally anti-robot mower. So I reluctantly accepted this one to try out and do as a mid-roll ad. And I absolutely fell in love with this thing right away. It was the easiest thing to set up. It works awesome. It changes up its pattern by itself every other mow. Just, I can't say enough good things about this thing. It has changed my life, seriously. And I'm telling you, I was so anti-robot mower. So anti-robot mower. But now I haven't mowed back here in over a month and it's beautiful. Seems like the only maintenance you really have on these things is changing the blades. And I probably have changed it too late. These things are completely dull. Oh man, that is nasty. So I think this particular model goes for $1,200. Which seems like a lot of money until you don't have to do anything. If this thing was to break today, I'd buy one tomorrow. I'm not kidding. So if you have an area on your lawn that you just want to keep, tame, and you don't really care what it looks like, this is the way to go for sure. The only thing I could really complain about this thing is the cut quality isn't perfect. You're cutting with razor blades, crying out loud. So cut quality is not going to be like with a rotary mower. You do have stragglers and things like that, but if you mow with this thing every single day, so worth it. Maintenance free. So another lesson learned today, definitely change the blades on these as often as you can. It is cutting the grass so much better. But yeah, look at the difference, man. Like over there, obviously, is where we had all the gopher damage and they just tore things up over there. But the rest of the lawn is looking way better after killing those weeds and just one app of fertilizer. It's amazing. I could probably fall nitrogen blitz this thing and have it looking awesome, but I'd rather add some dark tall fescue back here, have a little more drought resistance because I don't have great irrigation coverage. So that's what we're gonna do. Man, I love this thing. All right, good morning, you guys. If I'm talking a little quiet, sorry. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I don't want to wake up my neighbors if they're still sleeping. But we are going to mix together our concoction. So the things I'm going to be putting in today are citric acid, ammonium sulfate, iron, and then I'm also going to add a little PGR too. Got it in a bottle because I got some from a friend. The reason I'm adding the PGR, I haven't put any down this year, but like I said, I'm leaving for that 10-day vacation and I can't let the grass grow out of control like the last vacation. So hopefully it tames a little bit. When you put down PGR for the first time, you do not want to put down a full rate. Otherwise your grass will bronze is what they say. Like basically it looks like a brown on top of it. It looks really nasty and does not look healthy at all. So I'm going to put down a very small rate of this stuff. It might not keep it from growing like I want it to, but at least it's the start, and then I can add it through fall if I end up doing the nitrogen blitz on my main part of my lawn. So the first thing I add is citric acid. I usually add 1/4 teaspoon per 1,000 square feet. What this does is going to lower your pH and also help with hard water. This is just regular citric acid you can get from the grocery store. This isn't like any kind of special ingredient. It sounds intimidating if you've never heard of it, but it's food grade stuff. Found my drill this time. Next, I'm going to put down my ammonium sulfate. I usually put down about 0.2 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. What's really nice about this, all you have to do is put down 1 pound per 1,000 to get that 0.21. So I have 3,500 square feet, so I'm gonna put down 3.5 pounds of this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, spraying does get annoying. It's just so much work, I feel like. All right, so I think the easier way to do this is just gonna take too long, is I'm gonna need to get a 5-gallon bucket, put it all in, and then just mix it up in there, dissolve it in water, and then dump it in here. This is just gonna take too long. Problem is I can't put too much water in here now because I already have like 2 gallons. Of course my drill is gonna die. That's funny. Usually if you're gonna do it in the bucket method, you're gonna wanna put it in hot water because this stuff's not dissolving very good right now. It's not dissolving at all. Yeah, you definitely do this with hot water if you're gonna do it. I forgot about the feature really doesn't mix that well with cold water, so I might waste a little bit, but that's all right. All right, and then the PGR, I measure this stuff with a little syringe in milliliters. I think it calls for around 17 milliliters. So I'm gonna even go less than half the rate. I don't want any bronzing. I think I'm gonna put in like 21 milliliters, which is right around 6 milliliters per 1,000 square feet. So I'm doing like 1/3 of the actual rate. Definitely don't go full rate right away. You will get bronzing, I've done it before. There you go, that's all you need, just that little bit. And the fun part is you get to mix it all up again after this if you have more than 4,000 square feet. Crazy thing is, I never got any results from feature until I put the citric acid in. I did it like 3 or 4 times. I never got one reaction. Lowered my pH, boom. Instant results in 24 hours. Just dark as can be. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of chunks. This feature did not mix very well. Man, definitely use hot water. Definitely use your filters. Look at that. All right, I think I'm ready to finally spray. What a mess, what a mess.
I be faded at the hilltop, chasing after you, I won't stop. Thinking about all the things that changed, ayy. Got me looking at the moonlight, got me thinking how it's so bright. Thinking about all the things that changed between me and you, and I don't want it to end like this. Got me looking at the moonlight, everything's alright. All the songs I write, I will sing to you all night. Ayy, got me looking at the moonlight. Cause you know I'm a star. Got a triple-digit number tab up at the bar, and I still be drunk when I wake up tomorrow. But for now, we can sit on the top hood of my car.
You guys, I've been overseeding all day, but it's been a little over 12 hours since I put down that iron, ammonium sulfate, and PGR. Oh my goodness. Super dark instantly. That is crazy how fast this stuff works. This line right here between Jay's house and my house, it was almost the same color, I feel like. Mine was like a hair darker. 12 hours, boom. Crazy. This side, I kind of screwed up the mix a little bit. I feel like the mixing with cold water did not help my case. It just didn't dissolve as good. But I can still tell it's darker. Just not as dark as the other side. So if you're gonna mix that stuff, definitely put it in hot water. It's been a while since I've done it and I kind of forgot, to be honest. But I appreciate you guys watching. Overseed videos coming next. It was one hell of a day, let me tell you that. Oh my God. You guys are in for a surprise on the next video. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.